Most people think they know how to make chicken Parmesan, but they are actually serving up a soggy, flavorless mess. If your breading falls off the second your knife touches the meat, you are making a massive mistake that is ruining your dinner. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get a crust so crispy it stays crunchy, even under a blanket of sauce and melted cheese. We are going from a dry, boring chicken breast to a restaurant-quality meal that will make your family think you went to culinary school. There is one specific trick with the breading that almost everyone skips, and that is exactly why their chicken is never as good as the local Italian spot. By the end of this, you will know how to balance the salt, the crunch, and the acidity perfectly. Let's start with the chicken itself. You can't just take a giant, thick chicken breast out of the package and throw it in a pan. If you do that, the outside will burn before the inside even gets warm. You have to butterfly those breasts or use a heavy meat mallet to pound them down. Aim for about half an inch of thickness all the way across. This isn't just for fast cooking. It is about making sure every single bite has the same ratio of meat to breading. Use a piece of plastic wrap over the meat while you pound it, so you don't splash juice all over your kitchen. Trust me, nobody wants a side of germs with their dinner. Now, let's talk about the breading station. You need 3 shallow bowls. The first one is for all-purpose flour. The second is for your eggs, which you should whisk with a splash of water to loosen them up. The third bowl is where the magic happens. Use a mix of panko breadcrumbs and traditional Italian crumbs. The panko gives you those big, jagged crunches, while the Italian crumbs provide that classic herb flavor. Here is a pro tip. Season every single layer. Put salt, pepper, garlic powder, and dried oregano into the flour and the crumbs. If you only season the meat, your crust will taste like cardboard. The biggest challenge people face is the soggy bottom. This happens when your oil isn't hot enough. If the oil is cold, the breading acts like a sponge and just soaks up grease. You want your oil at about 350 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, drop a small piece of bread in the oil. If it sizzles and bubbles immediately, you are ready to go. Fry the chicken for about 3 or 4 minutes on each side until it looks like a golden sunset. Once the chicken is fried, move it to a wire rack, not a paper towel. A paper towel traps steam, which kills the crunch. For the sauce, don't use the cheap stuff filled with sugar. Get some crushed San Marzano tomatoes, fresh garlic, and a bit of basil. When you assemble the dish, do not drown the chicken. Put a strip of sauce down the center and leave the edges exposed. This keeps the sides crispy. For the cheese, stop using the pre-shredded stuff in the bag. It is covered in potato starch to keep it from sticking, which means it won't melt smoothly. Buy a block of low-moisture mozzarella and some real Parmesan Reggiano. Grate it yourself. Pile it high and put the whole tray under the broiler for about 2 minutes. You are looking for those beautiful charred brown spots on the cheese. When you pull it out, let it sit for 2 minutes so the juices stay inside the meat. You've just made the best chicken parm of your life. If you want to see how to make the perfect homemade pasta to go with this chicken, click the video on the screen right now.